this N is 100 newtons. Okay, 100 newtons. And this at 1 meter from here. I name this as D. I name this as C. At 1 meter from here is acted upon by 50 kilonewton, 50 newton. Maybe here got 3 floors sitting on this beam. At C there may be 2 floors sitting on this beam. At B again, at 2 meter away, just at 2 meter away, 2 meter away, 2 meter away. This is 1 meter. Name this as B. Name this as A. Okay. At this point there is a load equal to 200. Maybe many floors sitting at this point. You must calculate for the analyze for this condition. This is again 1 meter. The rules followed are downward positive, right? Downward positive, and then downward positive, upward negative. Similarly, hogging and sagging. Go for hogging and sagging. Hogging is positive, sagging is positive, hogging is negative, right? Let's analyze, and the solution will be like this. We follow the rule. I written the rule here. This is the rule to be followed, right? From ND, all of you follow carefully. It is with 100 newtons already. Let's do the shear force diagram first, or analysis for shear force diagram. So shear force at SF at just right hand side. When you see just away from here, shear force is about the force, no force. But at D, you have how much at D? Please answer. Positive, downward positive, right? 100 newtons. And then just move on from D. From C to D, if you move on, what it will be at C? Just right hand of C, right hand side of this at this point. Right hand side at this point, how much it will be? Just near to C, not reaching C, not exactly reaching C. Right hand side of C will be shear force at right hand side. This is for your understanding only. No need to write right hand side and all when you get familiarized with these things. What will be right hand side of C? Until C, just 1 centimeter away from C, or right hand side of C. How much it is? Anybody? Right hand side of C at this point. At this point, how much it will be? Please answer. Ongzen, what will be the value of force at this point? What will be the force value of the force at this point? Just right hand side of C. Cumulative value, because it's the member is together, combined together. A to D is a one member, one beam with too many loading on top of it. So you have to start all of them. Until now is until our right hand side of C is 100, and when it reaches at C, go slightly away from C. On left hand side of C will be, what will be at left hand side of C here? Add a left hand side of C, shear force at left hand side of C. Left hand side of C. How much is the value? For your understanding only I am doing detailing, otherwise no need, you can rush it. At left hand side where the I mark red, somewhere here, how much it will be? It will be still the load in between C and B, or right hand side of C will be no loading. It's still living with 150. Correct? 150. And then moving on to B. When you reach B, at B it will be different, right? At B, when it reaches at B, it will be different. Or just go near to B, left hand side of B. Shear force at left hand side of B. Right hand side of. For your understanding only I am detailing it, otherwise no need all these right hand side, left hand side. At this point where I mark red, until B it will be still living with 150 newtons, because no change in between right hand side of B and left hand side of C. At this, no change in between, right? That is why it's still maintaining 150 at this point. Delete, otherwise you confuse. Okay, then moving on. At shear force, now coming to the point, shear force at, what is the value at shear force at B, exactly at B, right? Shear force exactly at B will be, just see here, cumulative. So far until right hand side is 150 already, and then at B there is an increase, another load is coming in, 200 downward is positive, right? 200, so it will be 350 newtons. Okay, 350 newtons. Okay, and then moving on, again you do the right hand side, left hand side, you will get the value, right? After B, just left hand side of B will be just left hand side, shear force at right hand side of B, shear force at right hand side of B. Just go on at this point, right hand side, right hand side at this point there is no loading. If there is any UDL, then you have to calculate for that. There is no UDL in between A and B. You just live with whatever it is reached until B. Okay, so I live with right hand side still maintains with 350 newtons, and then when it right hand side of A, right, it still maintains the same. Why? There is nothing to change, there is no other load. See, at this point you reach 350, it's still going on until A. Until this point there is nothing to change, so you still maintain 350 here and 350 here. Okay, that is what written here. Okay, finally you reach A. At A, shear force at A, shear force at A will be this value, the previous value. I already told you it's integrated one. Previous value plus, is there any value at this point? Because it's fixed n, there should be equal and opposite loading, then only the member is said to be balanced, isn't it? The member should be balanced only if a reaction of or equal to this whole loading 100 plus 50 plus 200, 350 is acting upward, only then the system is said to be at equilibrium condition. So once you reach until right hand side of A, it is 350 only, right? And then when it at A, there is an opposite loading, reactive force, right? There is a reaction caused by fixed n. If it is free n, no reaction, nothing there. Okay, free or hanging. Now it's fixed, so you will have a reaction equal to 350. That's why I'm writing this as 350, which is upward negative. Right, this is upward, that's why I'm putting negative. Understand why I put negative here. End up with 0. So closing the loop already. Okay, at this point it is closing the loop already, so it's balanced. We found all the shear forces across the span. Is this clear, everybody? Let's draw the diagram. I mean, downward positive, upward negative, right? Most of them are positive, right? All the across the beam it is all downward. It is all downward here, so all these things are positive. Downward positive shear force diagram. So positive, you can draw it on top, right? So I put this axis here from D to D, from D to A. I put the axis like this, and I'm going to draw top because it's positive. Okay, it's a point load, should be straight line. Start. It's a straight line starting from 100, going. This is the way you do. Until this is 100, only at this point it is increasing to 150, and then this is going until this is one, is this one, right? At this point is 350, and then reaching, it's a straight line, straight line, horizontal lines. And then because until this is not changing, you cannot just take it as a plain line. I repeat, D to C is still maintain 100, even just near C is still 100, so it should be straight line, straight horizontal line. Only at C 150 is added, 50 is added, so it increasing to 150. So you have to be careful in drawing shear force. And then moving on from C to B, it still maintain 150 until just 1 centimeter near B, it still maintains okay, you can complete some. And then from here it is reaching here. No, my computer. Reaction, because of the reactive force, it is changing to some other screen. Okay, reaching to 0. Okay, the value 0. With this becomes 0. That's why I'm reaching down. Okay, down to A. This is how we are doing the shear force diagram. Coming to bending moment diagram, let's see bending moment diagram quickly. You have to practice more, otherwise you will be finding it difficult. Any question until this? Drawing shear force diagram. Shall we move on to bending moment diagram? 50 newtons, 50 newtons, 200 newtons, 200 newtons, and then fix N. Okay, this is 1 meter, 2 meter, 1 meter, and then that's all. Come on, at D, how much is this bending moment? I mean, at C, how much is the value?
150.
100 into right. There is no moment due to 50 that is acting at this point for C, right? But there is a moment due to 100 acting on this right hand side. We must go either right or left to find the moment at a point in the beam. This case we go from right to left. At C, there is no moment caused by 50 at this point, but there is a moment caused by 100 because of the distance 1 meter. So at C, resolve all the moments at C, taking all the loads and moments that is acting on its right hand side. On its right hand side, only 100 is acting at a distance 1 meter. That's why 100 into 1 meter is equal to the clock, like this. 12, 3, 6, 9. Okay. When you are moving, it's clockwise or anti-clockwise, you can follow now. I'm standing at B and calculating. 100, this way is clockwise, positive. 50, 50,
Positive.
positive. I have a question here, let me finish. 400 unit Newton meter, right? Then moving on, at C, how much is it? At A can? 1, right? What's the answer? At A, what's the answer please?
700.
700. Okay. All are getting the same answer? Okay. See how this is based on the positive and negative, we can answer correctly. Right. I take this same side to draw our diagram. Axis is like this. Okay. Axis is like this. Start from here. D. This is our D. This is C. This is B and A. Okay. We need to plot the bending moment. How much is positive or negative? Downward, right? 0. Okay. For shear force diagram, we mark the positive on top. For bending moment, we mark the positive downward. Let it be like this, easy for comparison. Is 0, so I start here. And then the value at C will be 100. I mark here 100. And then moving on B, 400. Moving on A, 700, right? Bending moment diagram I'm doing, and this is point load. Can be a straight line, okay? Can be a straight line, straight inclined line because the bending moment. Or when you start from here, as the distance are going down, the value will be decreasing. Sorry, keep increasing because the point is increasing, right? The distance is increasing, point will be increasing, and then loading is also increasing. I'll just mark it a bit higher. Okay. At this point C is our value is 100 Newton meter, and then you go as the distance increases, moment will increase. That's why you have to put an increasing line, not a straight line like in shear force. You have to put an increasing line because increasing. At B it has reached the value of 400. Value of 400 Newton meter. Keep on increasing only because the load still added with the loading. If no loading, it may be changing, right? Or it is reaching 0. No load, no reaction. When it comes here 700, but there is a reaction, right? A reaction, no use, because at the same time point it is acting. What is the value here? 700 Newton, kilonewton or Newton? I keep changing the value. It's Newton meter. Okay, 700 Newton meter at this point remains here. okay, remains here. And there will be a, because of fixed end, there will be a fixed end moment, and that point we will see later. Because of fixed end moment, there will be a moment like this, positive negative moment or anti-clockwise moment will be acting like this, which is equal to MA, which is negative 700. It will close, it will be closed like that for the column final value. Because of negative value, it will become 0 at this point, reaching 0 here. Because of, I repeat, because of fixed end, there will be a fixed end moment, right? This moment is equal and opposite to the moment caused throughout the member with the given loading. So if you put 700, it will reach 0 here. That's why you're reaching 0. Your diagram is closed at A. This is how you do it, and this is positive, all positive. Okay, end up with all positive. Clear? Right. I will give you one more example for you to practice. Otherwise, you will not understand anything. You need to practice. Okay. I'm giving point load. I mean, we done for the point load. UDL also. Just now we calculated, right? Where is UDL? Why didn't show UDL? Huh? The last time one is UDL, right? I explain only, but you have to complete this question for the next class. Okay. If not complete, I'm sorry, you cannot do anything. I will, if you want, I can explain quickly so that you will remember. This is for your tutorial, my homework. 3. Take the fixed end again, take it and take a UDL, right? UDL of length, of span length. All of you write down. A unit value of the loading is 10 Newton per meter, and this, take this end as D, and at distance C some value, at distance B there is some value, right? We take the same case but change to UDL only. Okay, change to UDL. All right, and then what else you need? That's all, right? Again, shear force at D, all of you know, right? Shear force at D, and at this point nothing. Shear force at D, exactly at D there is nothing because there is no loading, just started, right? And then moving on to C, shear force at C will be how much is it at this point, right? At this point, if you want to calculate, this is the UDL, right? Normally UDL is calculated like this, D and C, UDL, right? UDL, this is 10 Newton per meter, right? Every meter is 10, right? Every meter is 10 newtons, right? Every meter is 10 Newton. Hence, for the whole of 2 meter, how much is the value? It will be 10 times 2, right? So MC will be 10 times 2, which will be 20. I mean, not MC, like shear force, we are doing shear force. Shear force at C will be, shear force at C will be 20 newtons. So that's why I'm calculating 10 into 2, it will be 20 newtons. Like this, you calculate one after another until B. Next at B will be whole load 10 newtons times 3. At this is DA, right? At A will be 10 Newton times 6. By that you have to calculate the shear force, everything. And bending moment I explain a bit. It will be, bending moment at D will be 0, and then it is starting, right? It is starting to increase. When it is starting to increase, at C it will be a different value. Let's calculate at C. For apply the force into distance formula. At C, force into distance, right? Your force is UDL, right? Change to your point load first. Okay, change to point load is 20 newtons, right? Because you have a distance of 2, so C to D will be 20 newtons acting. Am I right? Just now we calculated. I convert into point load, which is 10 times 2, 20 newtons. Between C and D, point load is acting, and then at C it will be half of this value, 1 meter. So my moment will be at C, my moment will be 20 times 1. Am I right? Are you following? 20 times 1, because it's acting at half a distance, the middle of the span. So it will be 20 Newton meter is the moment. Is this clear? I stop here. Like this, you please calculate everything. I will upload this video so that you can refer through for your understanding. One by one you calculate. When you go here, when you go at this point, when you go to B, it will be convert into UDL first. B to D, right? B to D, you convert into UDL first. It will be acting at middle of 3 points, 1.5 meter. So 10 times 2 is 20 Newton meter. 20 Newton meter is acting at 1.5. Acting at 1.5. Acting at 1.5 from B. Okay, this is B to D. B to D. Sorry, B to D. You need to calculate from B to D. So 10 times 2 is 20, acting at the middle of the span BD, which is at 1.5 from B. Then calculate all these things. Okay, so you follow this method to calculate your bending moment complete.